Something new. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no.
Yeah, so let's get into it.
All right. Topic is the All the Way Up remix. People have asked me about that, about the Meek Mill verse.
Meek Mill.
And which featured Fab and Jada. And there's another remix too that featured Jay, which was with the original two, Fat Joe and Remy Ma. So let's get into this shit, man. What y'all think of them? Did you listen to the Fat? I know we all listened to the Meek Mill Joe. We all listened to it together, but did y'all listen to the Fat Joe with Jay and Remy?
Yeah, it was nothing special.
To me, you didn't get to that one. My take on it is that, let me just say this for sure, Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time. Literally of all time. This is my favorite MC overall. But that verse was weak.
It's not like he's been giving good features lately.
Bruh, if I was Fat Joe, I'd have been so damn mad if I paid for that shit.
I mean, at least he gave you more than what he gave Drake. I can't help the guy, and that's it. Are they still trying to get me? I don't get it.
I'd rather get Drake.
I'd
rather got that verse on Drake because you can't even say it's a verse. It was just a few bars. So, hey, Jay just jumped in my shit real quick. But that verse they threw on All the Way Up, that makes you look bad as an MC. We know that Jay is, he's an ill rhymer. We know this. Like, the record speaks for himself. But
you think it's one of the cases where, like, you know how some people say stuff like, oh, he can't rap over these type of beats, or he, like, that beat doesn't fit him. You think that was the case?
No, not at all. Okay. Because it's a New York beat. Like, it's not that boom bap shit, but Jay hasn't spit no boom bap shit since, like, 94. Since before Reasonable Doubt, because even Reasonable Doubt wasn't on boom bap shit. Like, nah, Jay can spit on anything. That's why they say they got that whole flow. No, I know you just asking, but I'm saying, like, Hove is known for having, like, the best flow in the game in history, and that shit was whack. The only thing I liked that he said was how he said how Blue Ivy is covered in gold, like that Tupac in the bath. Have you seen that poster?
Yeah,
it's
like
like
he's in the bathtub with the gold covering him. That's actually a weird poster. I always thought that.
It is a weird poster.
Yeah, I heard shit kind of forced him to take that, but we're not going to go into all that.
Yeah, we're not going into that. But
it's kind of a flex, though. It's like it's a flex on one end, but then it's like it's such a flex that it's like you didn't really need to go that far, but whatever.
Yeah, but whatever. But either way, that was probably like the toughest reference that he made on that verse. I just wasn't impressed. Joe and Remy killed it. Like, and it's funny because that's their second time doing a verse to that exact same song. You know what I mean? Like, you know how some remixes, it'll just be adding these people in there, and then they'll keep that same verse. Nah, this is actually a new verse. I only heard it about 2 or 3 times, so I don't remember verbatim, but I was like, nah, Joey killed that shit. Joe and Remy. I don't really remember Remy's verse like that, but there's something that Joe actually said that just, to me, was like, yo, yeah.
I always wondered if people gave them verses, right? And I guess maybe you pay them already, so, like, maybe you have to keep them on it, but, like, I feel like when a verse is bad, just like when people know when an album is bad. Like, why don't they just take them off? Like, nah, this is not good. Like, it's not going on my song.
I think it's for cultural purposes, because if you see on Instagram, I don't know if anybody follows Complex, but they were posting mad pics of Fat Joe and Jay-Z. Hold up real quick. This door is opening. It's like kind of freaking me out. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, that was just my one, man. But yeah, I can see what you're saying for cultural purposes, and it's like maybe sometimes it's hard to go at a legend and tell them like you're whack. Like, this is whack.
I mean, but that's the thing. People forget that Fat Joe is a legend too. Fat Joe's been out a few years before Jay-Z. If anything, Fat Joe came out in '92. And what I think is dope about this,
Jay's been rapping since the '80s.
No, but Jay's album didn't come out since '96.
I'm just saying Jay's been rapping for a long time.
Yeah, they both have, but I'm saying Fat Joe's single Flow Joe came out in like early '90s.
Yeah, mainstream.
Yeah. Jay didn't even have that. Jay had like the Hawaiian Sophie shit with Jazz-O, but that wasn't him. That was Jazz-O. But the reason why I do like this, I still respect this track, is because for years they never made music together. Like, there was never any thoughts of Terror Squad and Rockefeller making music. What the hell is that noise?
Oh, that's my water bottle. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad. there was never any news or like people ever talk about Rockefeller and Terror Squad making music. If anything, before all these recent podcasts were brought up where Fat Joe and Jay-Z, I think it was on the Nori podcast or Taxstone podcast, and I think Nori brought up the story on how Jay and Fat Joe fought on stage. That was always a rumor. Like, I never knew if it was real or not, but there was always a rumor that Big Pun hit Big Pun hit Jay in the head with a bottle, and that was always a rumor. But apparently, something like that happened, or something. A fight definitely broke out on stage. They actually put it out that podcast, so it's real. Like, they was really beefing back in the day.
Over what?
I don't know. New York shit. You know, all these New York rappers back in the 90s or even the early 2000s, they was always beefing.
Yeah,
They'd always find a reason.
I don't know if Jay-Z want to mess with Big Pun.
Yeah, I mean, Jay got connects in the streets too. Pun and
I'm talking about with the hands or straight up. But then I guess you can outrun Big Pun because he ain't moving.
Right, come on now. Pun got them T-Rex arms, bro. He can barely hug himself.
Yeah, but if he get a hold of you, man, and you know street fights turn into wrestling matches real quick.
I guess, but Jay ain't a sucker too. Jay like 6'4" or 6'5" or something. I think he might be taller than that.
Yeah, Jay can do what he wants. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we ain't talking. Yeah, you're right.
All my Jay-Z stories I hear about is him stabbing people and stuff.
Oh, you talking about what's his face?
I've never seen him with the hands. I don't know what that's looking like, but
I don't know. We ain't grew up with this man. I just know him as a rapper.
Yeah,
anything besides that is not my business.
Yeah. Well, back to your point.
Yeah, back to my point. I think it's cool for the culture. I think it might be. I don't want to say it's too late because there's always nostalgic fans like us, and I think it's dope for the culture that a ROC guy, a rock guy, can make music with a Terror Squad dude. Obviously, Fat Joe's like the only guy in Terror Squad now, but Rockefeller, Terror Squad making music together. I think that's dope as shit.
I never knew it was a beef, honestly.
Yeah, look it up. They wasn't cool. Like if you notice, you've never seen a feature with Jay-Z and Fat Joe or Big Pun. You've never
seen a feature of Jay-Z with a lot of rappers.
But New York rappers though.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, shit.
It doesn't surprise me because a lot of New York, like in that time period, a lot of New York rappers, even if you see features with them together, didn't really have the best of relationships like Jay-Z and DMX and all that.
Yeah, you're right.
I never knew, like, if somebody ever asked me, like, oh, you know, they had a beef, I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, I heard of that. Like, it was back in here and this happened. I had no clue.
Nah, that's the funny thing because that even spilled out to the early 2000s with 50 when he attacked everybody. You know, originally it was supposed to be Ja, and then he did that little one song, How to Rob, and he was going to everybody, but he wasn't just taking that serious until Ja Rule made that song, New York, and then he started attacking Jay, Nas, who else? Fat Joe, everybody. So, New York's always had issues with each other. New York rappers, they've always had issues with each other. Because then Cam and 50 went at it. That was Dipset versus G-Unit.
Yeah, Cam went at everybody, though. Cam's another guy who had a little run-in with Jay-Z.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But,
that was about the...
I mean, I know what it's about, but I'm saying, whatever. We passed that. The people want to know about that Meek Mill joint, though. What did y'all think about that by his verse on the remix? Yeah, I mean, Fab kills everything he touches when it comes to freestyles. Same with Jada. Jada's shit was dope too, even though we barely heard it because we just played it that one time. But the Meek, I mean, y'all were there when I saw it, when I heard it. Like, I didn't even know. Obviously, I knew Meek diss Drake because that's all people been talking about all day. But even that first listen, I didn't even catch it. Maybe because I was distracted looking at my phone. But until Derek had actually brought up the things that he said as far as ghostwriting and stuff, I didn't even catch it. My thing is bro, we passed that, dog. Summer 16, yeah, that was back in April. I think it was March. April.
I mean, Drake has dropped subliminal lines that we all know have been aimed towards Meek Mill, but yeah, he hasn't taken no time out of his day to write 316s and a hook about Meek. I always thought Meek Mill, even when his first disses came, I thought they had some little clever lines at Drake, like when he said, Puffy should have called her domestic when he slapped that bitch or something like that. I always thought he had like little lines. I never thought they were great diss songs as a whole. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna right now. I think Meek just has to milk it for what. Oddly enough, Meek won. I think the American. I guess it's not odd, but what's that? Whatever the Billboard Music Awards, he won Best Rap Album of the Year. I don't really know who's in the running for that.
Who's talking about?
Meek Mill. He won Best Rap Album of the Year.
Oh yeah. I did hear about that.
But I think he's just milking right now, milking it for.
Who is Lights Out?
He just has to milk it for like milk this whole thing for what it's worth, because like I kind of feel like he's still riding that wave. Honestly, I don't know. Like he hasn't really moved on. I just always wondered. Another thing I always wondered about music is why do people hop on diss tracks? Yeah, like I don't like why is Fab on? Like I don't know. Maybe Fab like I feel like you had to hear the verse before the song came out, so you know what he was talking about. I just feel like it's no reason Fab should be on that song. Like Fab's verse was cool and all, but like I'm saying, if you have a problem with somebody, and
that's between y'all.
Yeah, it's between y'all. Like, and I know both of y'all. I don't have a problem either. I'm not hopping on your diss song to like, even to throw a verse that has nothing to do with it. I'm just like, throw me another feature. Like, y'all can handle that between y'all. Like,
well, I honestly feel like there's a good chance because nobody's really talking about this because a lot of rappers nowadays, for like the past 10, 15 years, they don't go to the studio together. They'll do their verse and then send it to you. So we don't even know if Meek or Jada heard Meek's verse. They probably just got an email and be like, yo, make your shit on the All the Way Up beat and then send that joint to me. We're going to put it together.
But see, I feel like you could say that if Jadakiss had like was dissing somebody or Fabolous was dissing somebody and it's still Meek's song, I feel like the person like the non-featuree, so like the main artist, I feel like you hear their verse first. I feel like you know what they're gonna say.
Right.
I feel like if it's done, unless it's done where they're all in the studio at the same time, and you know how back in the day it was a competition to see who goes last because the person who won last was quote unquote the best rapper. So maybe that person goes last. Everybody done left the studio or whatever. But I feel like today, like if you tell me, especially a freestyle or something, you tell me like I have this song, I'm gonna ask for your verse. Like send me over your verse. Like, you know, let me see what you said. Maybe I'll structure my verse to have some relevance off of what yours if your song has a theme or medium. Maybe not, but I feel like there's no way you don't hear. Maybe you don't want to like care or like to structure the verse, but I just feel like it's no way you don't hear the original person's verse.
I don't know, man. Like times have changed. Times have changed because you remember back in the day when 50 got at Joe and Jada just for simply being on a song with him, and it wasn't even a diss at all. It was just a regular New York anthem, and he attacked both of them just for being on the exact same song.
Same song with who?
Well, Ja.
Oh yeah, he got it. Yeah, I know sure.
Somebody said Hit 'Em Up is one of the best disses, and it's got like 2 features. Yeah, but the difference is they were all riding with Pac, though. You know what I mean? That was actually Pac's crew.
Had 2 features. Yeah, and they all had beef. I'm not saying your beef can't have features. I'm saying the features like G Unit, 50 Cent making a diss song to Game in 2004 or the rest of G Unit. It's perfectly fine because it was G Unit against the Game.
Yeah,
theoretically, but 50 Cent or Common making a diss track to Drake whenever they had beef, and then Lil Wayne jumped. Well, not Lil Wayne because he's too. Let me put Cudi at the time, like jumping on the track with Common is like, why are you on that diss track?
Right.
Like, it's just like weird. It doesn't have.
Why? Like, why? It's not the same thing. It'd be different if it was like Eminem.
Yeah, like
and then
Tupac
his guys like Proof with somebody because they're in the same clique.
Tupac and the Outlaws on a diss track. Like
that makes sense.
They had 2 features, but they were the Outlaws. Like
they were the Outlaws. That was Pac's people. And as far he also said Dre Day, real motherfucking G's too. Yeah, that's easy, and that's his people. that's his crew right there. That was.
I guess you could say Dre brought
YG
Snoop
Knockout or something like that.
Yeah, I guess you could
BG
say
Knockout. BG
Dre.
Knockout.
I guess you could say Dre brought Snoop into the thing with Easy, but Snoop seemed down the ride with that. Like,
yeah, that's his man. He signed.
yeah,
If I know
like
you're gonna sign me,
Fabulous
you're
is,
gonna pay me. I'm gonna ride with whoever you're going against.
but Fabulous is not like
Nah,
he's not even talking about like Meek
no,
verse
yeah,
stop
it's
talking.
weird. I didn't
Yeah,
even think
Meek's verse stop. Yeah, Meek verse stops, and then Fabulous is talking about something completely like just regular rap shit.
no, not at all.
Yeah, Fabulous is real live making a freestyle. Like he's trying to make a song, and
Right. They do
Meek
a
is trying to get
regular
a point across.
verses. No, not at all. I didn't even think about that when y'all brought it up. That's the funny thing.
What?
But I don't know, man. Times have changed. Like they got paid off their verse. They killed this shit. That's all that matters to them, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like whether Jada or Fab, like you're right, because they have nothing to do with that beef. Neither of them are even from the same city. Like it'd be different if Meek went on there with one of his Dream Chaser guys and they all got at him like he did on his last diss track.
Oh yeah, like O'Malley or somebody. I
Yeah,
can see that.
that makes sense. But with these random ass OG rappers, New York rappers at that, makes no sense at all.
Yeah, I don't really get
I still like the original better.
Drake Diss. Yeah, you really can't put Division on a feature on a diss feature.
The who?
Division, whatever his name is, the dude he just signed, DZ.
I don't know. I haven't really kept up with it. I just think the original was better. I don't know how y'all think, what y'all think, but I like the original joint.
With just Fat Joe on your mouth.
Yeah, and French on the Hook. Wasn't it French on the Hook?
I actually don't know.
I don't remember.
That's one of those songs I listen to when it's on the radio and I'm in the car, but I really can't honestly tell you.
I must have zoned out. I'm pretty sure French is on there, but the original is definitely better because I still think on the J remix, Joe and Remy killed their verses. They might even did better on their verses on that remix compared to
should have put Fab
joint
on that remix.
Right, but Jada's joint, but like Jay's verse just blew the shit out of me. That shit was so weak. And then the Meek Mill joint with Fab and Jada, it was dope too. But I'm just tired of hearing Drake disses, whether it's subliminal or not. Bruh, move on. In like 3 weeks, it's like within the next 2 to 3 weeks, it'll be a whole year since they've been going back and forth.
Not yet, so we don't know what's on there.
What's moving on? Y'all got something else to talk about? Because Troy Ave got shot. I don't know if y'all want to hit on that or not.
I mean, he shot himself. Who cares?
Yeah, this man. We don't even know for sure, but they're saying this man shot himself. I actually saw a video on Instagram. I think it was DJ Academics. I think he posted like an actual video from like security camera footage where he just shot I think he just shot one shot or whatever, and then just like ran away. Or he didn't run away. He ran forward, and that was it.
Yeah. Gucci got out of jail.
Gucci got out of jail. I'm not even a Gucci fan like that, but yo, that's what's up.
And then
he can stay out.